Bruin family, welcome back to the channel. This is UCLA Football TV, hosted by West739. I'm excited. I believe that we're making moves. I believe we're headed in the right direction. And I also feel like the players that we're bringing in is going to have an impact. Do you feel like we're going to have an 8-win season? Should we start looking at the playoffs like it's something that's realistic? Do you think that we can recreate what Indiana did over there? I believe what Indiana accomplished was great. If it can happen again, I'll be excited to see it. But I'm also excited to see what UCLA is building and what UCLA is creating. UCLA went after DBs who can actually cover. We went after offensive linemen who are big. We got O-line size. We went after defensive linemen who are big, quick, explosive. That's exactly what we need. We got wide receivers that can run. We got speed out there at that position from multiple players. Nico has a cannon for an arm. We already know he's mobile and we already know he can move. But now that he got somebody he can throw the ball to downfield, it's going to help us out a lot. And let's just keep it 100. That James Madison pipeline is not a coincidence. That's Bob Chesney saying, I know exactly what this team needs. If anything, we got to actually say he made that happen. We're going to talk about that later on. So lock in. Let's go. I want to start with the offensive line because the offensive line, it's huge. If UCLA can't block, then nothing matters. Not Nico, not the receivers, not the playbook. Let's lock in with the offensive line first. JD Rayner, you already know. We talked about him in previous videos. Make sure you guys go back and watch those videos. He's a big dude, Big Ten size. He's one of those plug and play offensive linemen that can play right now immediately. Robell, another James Madison player. Big body, Big Ten size. Interior strength is off the chain. He's physical. And you know just as well as I know, games are won in the trenches. Robell is going to have a huge impact for us right there in the trenches. Schmidt, Boise State. Go back and watch the previous videos. Make sure you guys are staying on top of things. I mean, Twitter is going crazy. Everything is going crazy. UCLA is actually trending. Schmidt is another big tackle. Plug and play. Sweazie. James Madison, that's another plug and play type player. More beef, more protection. And all of this matters because look how many times Nico was sacked last year. So what's the takeaway? UCLA didn't go out there and try to get cute. What they said is we're tired of getting bullied. We're not getting bullied anymore. We're loading up. The offensive line is going to have a huge impact for us next year. And we're in the Big Ten. This is different. Let's talk about the defensive line now. It's going to be explosive. I mean, wow. Sahir West alone, he was the prize. I will continue to tell you guys, he is the best player in this transfer class right now. 6'4", 270 pounds. Last year, 14 games, 45 total tackles, 14 tackles for losses, 7 sacks, 4 pass breakups, 7 quarterback hurries. 1 forced fumble. Sahir West, Sun Belt Freshman of the Year. So those numbers that I just read to you was from a freshman who won Freshman of the Year. A lot of people like to talk about eligibility, years left. We can't always look at things like that. We have to take this year by year until these NIL deals start to be structured differently. Once we start getting multi-year contracts, I think that's definitely gonna put the programs in a better position to be able to succeed year after year. So for this year's defensive line, we needed bodies, but we needed somebody that's going to get up there and crash and try to get that quarterback. And last year, the defense was just bad. Let's be honest with ourselves. The defense was bad and the defense was soft. So look at what UCLA did. Sahir West, James Madison. This is the type of pickup that changes your attitude. Gobaira, James Madison. He's tall. He's on the edge. He has a high motor. That's exactly what we've been missing at UCLA. DeNgohe from Rutgers, another defensive lineman. Big Ten tested already. Okay, he's coming from Rutgers. but he's already been playing in the Big Ten, and that's what we need. He's not a flashy name. He's going to be in the trenches, having an impact. Gavin Blum, defensive line. I know you guys haven't heard of him. I never heard of him before. But guess what? He's coming from a JUCO. He's also going to be one of them high impact players in the trenches. A lot of these players that's down in JUCO, they're there for multiple reasons. He's getting his opportunity to come up, and he's definitely going to step up. And don't forget about Ryan McCulloch, linebacker, Cal. UCLA is taking proven players, people that they know can play. That's what we were missing. I mean, last year, Deshaun Foster, he was in too deep. He brought over transfer players, but as you can see from the results on the field, didn't work out. We're leaving 2025 in the past, and we're excited about 2026. Ryan McCulloch, linebacker from Cal, he's coming over. He's going to have an immediate impact. Let's talk about the defensive backs. You know just as well as I know, we need to rebuild the secondary. We were bleeding back there. Because in the Big Ten, if you can't cover in the secondary and come up and make some tackles, you're going to have a problem. And guess what? Last year, we won 3 games. We had a problem. So what did we do? We went out there and we went hard. We attacked that DB position. DJ Barksdale, coming over from James Madison. Press type defender. Real snaps. He's not coming over here to sit down. He's coming over here to play and have an impact day one. Tashawn James, DB, Iowa State. Big frame, big body. Someone that can go up against them big, tall receivers and put in some decent work. Teo Johnson, Utah. Utah is a defensive school. If you're coming out of Utah, you've been coached properly. So we're happy to have him. Dante Leavitt, DB, Virginia Tech. This dude is quick. He's fast. We need somebody like that back there. UCLA is building a secondary that can compete, not just survive. We have to be able to compete. And that's what we're going to do. All right, now let's talk about the wide receivers. The wide receiver room got some big upgrades, and it's important because with the quarterback like Nico, he needs weapons. These wide receivers should excite you. I'm excited about it. We added real weapons. Semaj Morgan, wide receiver, Michigan. That's not a random school. That's a Big Ten program. And you don't get recruited to Michigan if you're not a good wide receiver, if you can't move. Welcome to the Bruins. Aiden Mizell, Florida, SEC. We'll take him. He's fast. He's quick. You don't get recruited by the SEC if you can't play fast and quick. And that's exactly what we're gaining over here at UCLA. Brian Rowe Jr., wide receiver, South Carolina. Again, SEC. Size, speed. Leland Smith, San Jose State. Out of all the people in this group, he's the most underrated. But I bet you he's going to have the most to prove. But this is how you build depth. Landon Ellis, James Madison. It's important to bring him over because he already knows Bob Chesney's system. He's already prepared to play right away. So if you're like me and you're looking at it like, are we getting faster? Are we getting bigger? The answer would be yes. And that's the reason why we should be excited. Now let's talk about the backfield. Let's talk about the running back. Balance. Nico should not have to throw the ball 50 times a game. If UCLA is going to win, we cannot ask Nico to throw the ball 50 times a game. It's just not going to work. The running back additions are real. We're bringing in Dylan Lee, running back, Iowa State. Already Big Ten ready, locked and loaded. Wayne Knight, running back, James Madison. You guys seen what he did in the college football playoffs against Oregon. A bowling ball, locked and loaded. Depth matters. Rotation matters. Fresh legs in the fourth quarter, that matters. I mean, we already got a pretty decent running back room. Adding those 2 additions is really going to take it to the next level. People are going to have to compete. All right, let's talk about one of the most underrated positions, one of my favorite positions, the tight end group. The tight ends, I feel like the casual fans, they kind of overlook. But UCLA fans, we understand how important this group is. Stevie Amir Jr., Boston College tight end, solid body and reliable. Joshua Phifer, James Madison, size, red zone frame. I truly believe he's going to be one of those targets for Nico once we get down in the red zone, which we did struggle in. So this is important. Upgrading that tight end position is going to have a huge impact on how we operate once we get inside the red zone. We're bringing over Chase Berry, Oklahoma State. We need another punter. Chase Berry is the man for the job. Did Bob Chesney do what he said he was going to do? Let's talk about that James Madison pipeline. I just want you guys to understand. Indiana did the exact same thing that Bob Chesney did. Once Kirk Cincinnati left Indiana, he took players with him. Let's be honest with each other. When these coaches get these jobs, most people already assume that they're going to bring players along with them. And that's kind of the state of college football today. And we've been hearing about all those James Madison players that were coming to UCLA. Is no longer a rumor. It's a full lane. The players that came over from James Madison, we got DJ Barksdale, DB, Landon, Ellis, wide receiver, Aiden Gobaira, defensive line, Wayne Knight, running back, Joshua Phifer, tight end, JD Rayner, O-line, Riley Robell, O-line, Carter Sweazie, O-line, Sahir West, defensive line. You guys know just as well as me, that's going to be a huge part of the success that we're going to have next year. And that's not a couple guys. That's a base layer. That's the coach saying, I'm bringing infrastructure with me. Players that he already know can play. And honestly, that's smart because he's not guessing about what he needs. He's bringing over players that can fit his system right away. He already knows. This year is not about winning on Twitter. This year is about winning on the field. If half of these players hit, that will be a successful season for us. You're going to look up and realize, just like I am, this roster is starting to look like a Big Ten roster, not a Pac-12 roster, a Big Ten roster. I'm excited. Not only am I excited, I'm looking forward to football season. Once again, the transfer portal is bringing action during the offseason. It's giving us something to talk about. Us as UCLA Bruin fans still have a bad taste in our mouths from last year. The sooner we can put that behind us, the better. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do so. It's free. UCLA Football TV, hosted by West 739.